We are at Honey Flat Caprock Canyon Campgrounds in Quitaque, Texas.
It's a lot of views. And this is a campground review. Make sure you stay to the end to find out if we can confirm or bust some one-star reviews we found on Google. General impressions.
This is a delightful state campground with a Texas desert feel for a great price. This is a loop-style campground with 30 back-end sites with the common areas in the center that are easily accessible. The medium-sized trees and shrubs around the campground provide some protection from the wind, but thankfully they don't block our Starlink.
We stayed in campsite HF023. It was an asphalt back-end site. The asphalt was crumbling a bit around the edges of the pad and needed some repair. We had to back in a few times to get the RV on the pad and all the jacks firmly on the ground, and it did take a little bit of leveling. We had 30 amp and water hookups, but no sewer. They do have 50 amp hookups as well, but it's an additional $5 per night cost.
There is a dump station located easily at the entrance to the campground.
Or the exit, depending on which way you're going.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to do it on the exit. We had a picnic table with a covered patio area, which was really quite nice. A fire ring with a layover grill attachment as well. There is no propane refills at this campground, and the closest is probably going to be about 12 miles away at a place called Valley Farm Store, which you're definitely going to want to call before you go.
This is a state campground, so there is no Wi-Fi here, and Verizon Wireless only had one bar, and it wouldn't even really hold a phone call. Starlink is going to be your go-to for video conferencing and video streaming.
The noise level at this campground was super quiet. No train noise, no road noise. The only noise we really heard was occasional noise from the kids playing at the playground that is back behind the shrubs.
Amenities.
They have bathrooms and showers located near the playground area. They're the standard state campground decor, but they're clean.
They have multiple dumpsters located across from the playground area and one more by the dump station.
There's no laundry or pool here, but they do offer a limited playground area. It has some of the old school equipment. If you know, you know. The other facilities they offer include Theo Lake, which is more of a lake in name than it is in actual body or volume of water. But they do allow fishing there with a permit. Dog Friendliness.
They allow dogs here, but there really are no dog amenities at this campground. There are no off-leash areas or pickup stations here.
Wah, wah. No fully stocked dance here.
Not even any trash cans to put the poo-poo in. Camp store.
They do have a small camp store here. It's mostly filled with swag. There is a small grocery store in town about 15 miles away, and the prices are going to be a bit higher there. To get to a Walmart, it's about an hour's drive, so you definitely want to stock up before you come to this campground. As far as Amazon lockers go, you're going to want to use the Amazon locker Succulents, which is about 15 miles away. Oh, jeez. Camp staff interactions.
When we went to check in, the ranger that we interacted with did seem a bit irritated. Maybe she's having a bad day? I don't know.
The reservation process is available online, and you can pick out your site for no additional cost.
Additional information.
Beware of the trash pandas here. They are gronsters.
One of them, in fact, I think I saw carrying away a small child.
They look like they're at least 25 pounds. They are big. And unfortunately, our Brinkley did take some damage here.
Kidding about the child, but yeah, the trash panda did gnaw through our water hose, and he put several teeth marks in it that no amount of duct tape seemed to repair.
So our recommendation is, if you're going to stay here, fill up your freshwater tank and then roll your hose up and use the water from your tank until you need to refill. That way it eliminates the issue of the trash pandas being able to access your water hoses.
Once you know which campsite you're in, make sure you check Google Satellite to see which end of the park you want to come in on, because they don't all face the same way. A lot of them are 90, but some of them are kind of like this. So just check it out and make sure that you know which direction to come in from.
Yeah, we ended up having to do a turnaround and coming back through the campground the other way, so it was easier for us to back in. Now we're going to move on to the cost, as well as those one-star reviews from Google. But before we get to that, please make sure to hit the like button Give us a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you like this content, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Both of these are free ways you can help our channel grow. The cost for our site was $17 a night.
Woo, that's expensive, especially if you want 50 amp, which was only $22 a night, and the tent and primitive campsites are even less than that.
Yes, but they do have the hidden fees, which I am not a fan of. As you know, it is $5 per person for day use. So, our tip for saving money if you're coming here, if you know you're planning to stay in the Texas parks for at least 2 weeks, 10 days, then it's better to go ahead and get the Texas State Park Pass, which is $70 for one person, plus $25 for the second person that's an adult within the same household, the same home address. That's going to save you money because then those daily fees just disappear.
And veterans can get even a better discount, I believe. For water and electric hookups, plus your picnic table over there that's covered and a fire pit, we really feel like this is a good value.
Rod B writes, "It was closed. Couldn't even drive around the park at all. 1 star."
Well, we did drive around this park, so
Busted.
Mike E writes, "Park is beautiful, but park rangers closed the info center for some reason, and we could not get any info. They were all sitting inside having lunch. We could see." 1 star!
We went into the info center, it was open, the ranger wasn't eating lunch, and we got info. So, busted. Hannah B writes, "Very quiet, and not in a good way. We stopped here going back home, and I reserved a campsite for 2 nights. We didn't see anyone else in the park. There was an eerie silence. We drove to our campsite, checked it out, and both of us got this eerie feeling. No birds chirping, no one around us, and no other campsites reserved. Very odd. We followed our guts and left. Our intuition was telling us to get the heck out of there or something bad was going to happen, so we just left."
We're not sure if these guys stumbled onto a set of the Blair Witch Project, but we didn't get any weird vibes off this place.
It was comfortable most of the time we were here, and we didn't feel the need to leave early, so busted.
Baby and O writes, "All I can say is be careful when you camp. Snakes and coyotes and mountain lions. We are just lucky we are in our RV while mountain lion was going through our food outside at night."
We didn't hear or see any evidence of mountain lions or snakes, but they do list them at the park. We did hear coyotes while we were here, and we saw bison, prairie dogs, roadrunners, and trash pandas in our campsite.
Well, maybe that's what they heard. But it's always better to exercise caution. After all, we are renting campsites in their home. We're not exactly sure what these folks were doing that they had such a bad experience with the rangers policing the area.
But we are happy to report that we didn't have any rangers shining lights in the windows looking for rocks. No police raids, no shakedowns, or pat-downs while we were here. Now we're going to move to the part we call Love It or Hate It. We're going to talk about the parts we hated the most about staying in this campground and then finish up with a positive about our favorite things in this campground. So, Mike, what was your least favorite part of this campground?
Well, that had to be the hose-eating raccoon here.
Whatever do you mean? I can't imagine why that would be. Mine was the fact that it was pretty far away from conveniences. So like major grocery stores or restaurants. There wasn't a whole lot to do here except for enjoy nature, which we did. But a week was plenty for us here. Alright, so let's leave that behind us and move on to the parts we loved about this campground. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part, and this is going to be a little bit strange to hear, was all the wildlife here at the park.
So it was the part you loved and hated.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Mine was the fact that the sites were so secluded. All the sites are back in, and as you can see with the shrubbery that you've got surrounding the campground, it really provides this little area that you're tucked into and provides a lot of privacy and space, like personal space in the campground, which was really nice, and you're spaced out from your neighbors as well. If you like this campground review, please check out our other campground reviews and see some of the places we've loved and hated over here. And if you'd like to see what adventures we got into while we were here at this campground, check out our vlog up here. Click it. Click.
Watch our vlog.